Okay, so as discussed yesterday, first today we are going to look into how to uninstall both 10G and 11G databases. The 10G and 11G softwares from Windows, and then followed by the installation of 10G on Linux operating system. So yesterday I have installed 10G in E drive, and when you install it, it will create so many directories as you can see on the screen. So under all these directories you will be having a directory by the name OUI. You can see that here, and when you double click on this folder, you will be having many more files and subfolders, and here you have one more folder called bin. So you need to enter into that bin folder, and here you will be seeing a setup file. So you need to invoke that setup file in order to do the uninstallation. So I am double clicking on that. So you will be getting a screen like this, and here you can see a option called deinstall products. So just click on that deinstall products, and because yesterday we installed both 10G and 11G, it is showing them. So it is showing both 10G Oracle Home and 11G Oracle Home. Because this is 10G software uninstalling setup file, we cannot uninstall 11G through this. So if you want to uninstall 11G, then we need to follow some other process. So I am selecting 10G things, and here you have remove option. So if you click on this remove option, it will just confirm you whether you want to remove all the components or not. Just say yes, it will start your uninstallation. So this is how we are going to do the uninstallation for 10G database. So let us complete this, then we will proceed with 11G uninstallation. Okay, what I am saying is Devendra, first we are looking at how to uninstall 10G on Windows operating system. So when you install 10G, you will be getting a directory by the name OUI, as you can see here. So you need to double click on that OUI, then actually it was removed now. There will be a bin directory, and under that bin directory you will be having a setup file. So you need to invoke that setup file, and you will be looking into deinstall products option. For example, here you can see that. So you will be having the deinstall products option. You need to just select the home, and you need to click on remove. So that is what we need to do for 10G. So now that deinstallation got completed, but still some folders could be there. So we need to remove them manually. So we will do that anyways. But let us go and see how to do 11G deinstallation. So if you want to deinstall 11G, then the process is a bit different. It is not the same way what we are doing. So what we need to do is, for deinstallation also there will be one software. Just like how for installation we have a software, for deinstallation also there will be one software. For example, here you can see that Windows 64 11G release to deinstall. So this you can download from oracle.com website, and for 10G we don't require to download any separate software like this. So this got newly introduced in 11G. So from 11G onwards you need to follow this process that whenever you want to deinstall, there is a separate process. So the first step is you need to extract this. So when you extract this, you will get a directory by the name deinstall. So let this extract complete. So then what you need to do is, here you will be having readme. Sorry. Here you will be having a deinstall.pl file which will actually do the deinstallation. So how we are going to proceed is, so we need to go to command prompt. So I'm just moving to command prompt. I hope you people can able to see that. Then you need to first check out what is your 11G Oracle home location. For that, usually we use this command echo percentage oracle underscore home percentage. So this oracle underscore home we need to write down in capital letters, and this is your 11G oracle home location. Then you need to go to the directory in which that deinstall folder was created. So okay. So it was there in iDrive. So under iDrive, I have that in CDH. So under that Oracle softwares, then 11G. So you need to just travel to that location where you have that deinstall folder. Then 64-bit Windows. Then database software. So under that I have this deinstall folder. So I need to go into the deinstall folder. So now I am there in deinstall folder. So what I need to do is, just I need to run this command deinstall -home, then your home location. So deinstall -home, you can see that space. I got the location earlier. So for example, so echo percentage oracle underscore home percentage. So I need to say deinstall -home this entire location. Okay. Oracle softwares. Okay, probably it is taking some issue. Fine. So let me do one thing. Let me copy this deinstall folder to F drive. and let me take the things here. So cd deinstall and deinstall -home, then you need to give your location where you have that. It's under, just a moment, I have, okay, so it's in F drive. So I mean, this is an external hard disk. That's the reason the drive letters are keep on changing. So just because of that reason, product 11.2 and DB home 1. Okay, fine. So it is throwing some error, but actually the process would be the same. So it will just go and deinstall everything. So the basic thing that we are going to follow is the same thing. So just you need to extract this deinstall folder, go to that folder and run this command. So I'm just pasting that command into chat window, so you people can just copy that. So here I have some issues with drive letter changing and all, so that's the reason it may not work. That's fine. So any queries over here? Regarding the reinstallation process? Okay, so then let us go and yes, funny. The command is same. Deinstall -home space or your Oracle home location. So now let us go and see how we can do the installation of Oracle 10G on a Linux machine. So we have during installation we have some pre-installation steps, then installation steps and post-installation steps. So we can divide our entire installation process into 3 phases. Actually, regarding this installation, in my blog I have a article. I mean, there is a Word document which explains each and every step. So if you go to my blog, important docs, what I am showing here on the screen, then if you just scroll down, you will be seeing the document Oracle 10G installation on OEL 4.7. So whatever the steps that are mentioned here, so we are going to follow the same steps, and even for 11G also you can see below there is a document. And apart from this document, you are having video tutorials also. When you click on video tutorial, you can see here you have installing 10G on OEL 4.7 video is there, and installing 11G on OEL 4.7. So both videos are also available for you. So when you are practicing, if you got any doubt and all, either you can refer to that particular document or you can go through this video also. So now let us go and see how we can do the installation of 10G. So I have a fresh Linux system. So this is my fresh Linux machine. And first we need to do some prerequisites or pre-installation steps. For that we need to log in as root user. So So I'm just logging in as root user. And the first step we are going to do is we need to add a group by the name oinstall. So for that the command would be group add oinstall. Now what is the purpose of adding this group is uh, whoever the user belongs to this group would be able to do the Oracle installation. Suppose I have created a user called Pawan, and if I assign this oinstall group this group to Pawan, then Pawan would be able to do the Oracle installation. So that is the purpose of adding the group. And if you don't assign any user to this group, that means no user can do Oracle installation. So that is the main purpose. But when you run this command in Oracle Enterprise Linux, you may get a warning saying that group is already existing. Because that Linux was designed for Oracle database, some steps might be there already, so we don't require to really worry about this warning. And as a second step, we are going to add another group which is by the name DBA. And the purpose of having this group is whoever the user belongs to this group will be able to do the Oracle database administration, like creating the users, starting up or shutting down the database, assigning the privileges to users, or creating the table spaces. So all these kind of activities will be taken care by that particular user. So again here also you will be getting a warning saying that the group is already existing. And third step, you are going to create one user with the command user add. And for this user, what you would be doing is you will be making oinstall as the primary group. So for that you are going to use the command -g space oinstall. And to the same user, you would be making DBA as the secondary group. That means you are creating one user and you are assigning that user to the two groups. So oinstall we are making it as primary group, and DBA we are making it as secondary group. So that is being mentioned with -g and -G. And then space, you need to provide the username. So you can take any username. You can take your own name, or anything that comes into your mind, you can go by it. But usually what we follow in real time is we will take the username as Oracle. So even in real time also we will be following the same. So that is the reason what I suggest you is even when you are practicing, don't give your names, but rather do practice it as with Oracle user. So as I said, everything, any name is accepted, but using Oracle as the username would be a better one, because in real time we follow that. So even when you run this user add command, then also you will be getting a warning saying that user is already existing. So no issues, that is fine. But when this user is already existing, we need to know the password of the user. Usually the password will also be the same as username. So if Oracle is the username, then password also will be Oracle only. And if you want to change the password, you can use that command PSSWD then Oracle, then you can change the password. So it is up to us whether to change the password or not. So I am changing it here. So after this step, we need to check out how many mount points we have. So if you leave root mount point, we should not touch that because that is only accepted by root. And then we have shared memory mount point. Even this can also be not used by us. So the left out mount points are U01 to U04. So on these mount points, we need to provide the ownership for the Oracle user. So for that, the command we are following is chown, then username, that is Oracle, and the group name, that is oinstall. So instead of oinstall, you can give DBA also here, space your mount point name. So that is U01. Then second mount point, third mount point, and fourth mount point. So how many mount points or how many file systems you have, on all those file systems you need to provide the ownership to Oracle user. So before we proceed for next step, do you guys have any questions? Yeah, Oracle :no install means Oracle is the username which we created above just a while ago here, and no install is the group name. So it means that on this mount point you are giving ownership to Oracle, and whenever we are mentioning the username we need to provide the group name also. So here you can use either install as the group name, or you can even use DB as the group name. Any more queries? Okay, so the next step would be something called setting up of kernel parameters. So this is considered to be one of the critical steps while installing 10G. So what exactly kernel parameters means? From the operating system, you are going to allocate some memory to Oracle and some resource utilization to Oracle. So that you are going to specify it in a file, and we call them as kernel parameters. So to set those kernel parameters, you need to just go and open a file called sysctl.conf with VAEditor, and this file is going to reside in etc directory. So when you open that file, you will be seeing lot many kernel parameters like what you are seeing on the screen. So as I said, these kernel parameters basically controls the operating system usage for Oracle. So out of all these kernel parameters, we are not going to change all the parameters. We are going to just change only several parameters, and that list is there already in the document which I have shown in my blog, and also in the video also it is there. So you can follow any one of the things. So the first kernel parameter that we are going to change here is kernel.scm. Actually, first time when you open it, you will be seeing a value like 142. So 250, 32,000, 100 and 142. But instead of 142, you need to just write it as 128. So that is the first change you need to do. And above this parameter, we have some other parameters like this: kernel.core_users.p_pid and all. So we don't require to touch all of them. So the first one which we will be touching is kernel.scm, and in that the last value will be generally 142. We are going to change that to 128. Then we need to change this one, but by default it will be 4096. Even what we require is also 4096, so we don't require to change anything here. And the SHM all will be usually having some other value like 326745 or something, but we need to change that value to 2097152. So all these values are already predefined by Oracle, so we don't require to worry about anything. So these values are officially recorded in Oracle installation guide also. So from there only we have picked up these values. and then you are not going to, so okay, you are going to touch only these three parameters. Then you are not going to take care about kernel.sysrq. Then this parameter will be by default pointing to 262144, so we need to just leave that as it is. And this one is also to 262144, again leave that as it is. Then other parameters we are not going to touch them. The next parameter is kernel.shm_max, which we need to set to the value what you are seeing on the screen, 214.748.3648. So here you can see SEM stands for semaphores. So it's a more kind of operating system related concept. So if you want to know what is semaphore, what is its purpose and all, you can just go and Google it. And coming to SHM MNI, SHM all and SHM max, these are, SHM stands for shared memory, MNI stands for minimum, MAH stands for maximum, and SHM all stands for other memory components. So here shared memory maximum equals to you are giving a value which you convert into GBs, it will be a value of 2 GB. That means you are asking Oracle to not use more than 2 GB for its SGA or PGA size from the operating system. So if your operating system is having 16 GB, let's say 16 GB RAM is there, but even then out of 16 GB you are restricting Oracle to use only 2 GB. So this is the main purpose of setting up this kernel parameters. And then you are going to set the file maximum. This is by you are going to set to 65,536. And IP local port range, you are going to set that to 1024 to 65,000. Then both netcore RMMax and WMMax, you are going to set this to 262144. So as I said, all these values are predefined. You need to just open with vEditor and you need to just edit them. And in my case, already those values are edited. That's the reason you are seeing the defined values itself. So after you after you do these changes, you need to just save this kernel parameter file, and then you need to run a command sysctl-p. So this is going to bring the new values immediate into effect. Usually after you do some changes to kernel parameter, if you want that value to be reflected, you need to reboot your Linux machine. So instead of rebooting Linux machine, or the latest versions of Linux operating system have came with a command called sysctl-p, by which the values whatever you changed will get reflected immediately. So that is the main purpose of executing this command sysctl-p. So this is what you are going to do. And any queries regarding this kernel parameter setting and all? Okay. So the next step would be copying the software to this server. So suppose I have the software in my Windows desktop and or Windows machine, but this one is a Linux machine which is running on VMware or some other server. So how we are going to copy the software from a Windows machine to a Linux machine? So we can use so many tools, like we have a protocol called FTP, so which stands for File Transfer Protocol. Using that we can do it, or we have so many third-party tools which can do that. But there is a free tool which is very widely used, which we call it as WinSCP. So you can just download this from Google also. It's freeware. So after you download the setup file, you can just do the installation like any other software. You need to just say next, finish. And once you do that installation, you will be getting an icon what I am showing on the screen. You need to double click on this icon. Then it will ask you to which host name you want to connect. In my case, the host IP address is 174 and the username should be Oracle, and the password is the password what if you have changed the password, you need to provide the password of that. For example, if you remember, in this step I have changed this password for Oracle user. So that's the reason here, after giving the username as Oracle, I need to give the password whatever I have changed in the fourth step. And after filling these details, just click on login. So then it will open a window where on the left hand side whatever you are seeing is a Windows operating system, and on the right hand side whatever you are seeing is a Linux operating system. So on Linux operating system you need to select the mount point where you want to copy the software. For example, there is a blue bar here, you can see. Just double click on blue bar, then you will be having a chance to enter your location. For example, I want to copy my software in U04, so I am just entering that and say OK. So then on the right hand side, U04 mount point is open for you now, and on the left hand side, that is your Windows machine, you need to just travel to the location where your 10G software is. So I am having 10G software in D drive in a folder called soft, and this is my software 10201 database Linux 32. So I am just dragging and dropping it here. You need to, with the help of mouse, you need to just drag and drop, and here you have transfer settings. So in transfer settings you need to select the binary option. That means you are basically copying this file in binary mode. So if you don't do that, usually sometimes when the data is moving from one operating system to another operating system, the ASCII values will change and the files will get corrupted. So that is the reason, to avoid that corruption, you are going to do the file transfer in binary mode. So for that, in transfer settings you need to select the binary mode and click on this copy. Then the software will start copying from your Windows machine to the Linux machine. So any queries? Yes, the same software we can use to copy from Linux to Windows also. It's a two-way software. Okay, so now the software has been copied. So I am minimizing this window, and again I am going back to Putty, and I am switching to Oracle user now. For that I am using a command su-oracle, and then I am going to the location where my software was copied, that is into U04, and I need to unzip this file. You can see that is a zip file basically. So I need to unzip that with the help of this command unzip space the file name. So unzip got completed, and now if you say ls-ltr, you will be seeing a directory by the name database. So when you unzip this file, basically you will be getting this directory. Now under this directory you will be having the setup file. But the problem here is Putty doesn't accept graphical interfaces. Putty is basically a command line mode where through which you cannot access the graphical interface. But we need a graphical interface in order to do the installation process. So for that we are going to take help of another software which we call it as VNC Viewer. So we have a software called VNC Viewer. You can again download that from a website called vnc.com. So if you say vnc.com, and if you go to download, here you can see VNC Viewer is there. So depends on your operating system, whether it is Linux or Windows and all. Here symbols are there, you can see. So VNC Viewer for Windows, VNC Viewer for Macs, then Linux, everything is there. So you need to just download, and you need to, if you download an executable file, you don't require to even install anything. Just download the executable file and start using it. So for example, like this, you will be having a shortcut after you download it. Now what you need to do is, we will be making use of this VNC Viewer to do the installation process, because VNC Viewer will support the graphical interface. And apart from VNC Viewer, there are some other softwares available in the market. The very widely used softwares are so the very widely used software is Exceed. So there is a software called Exceed, and right now the version 12 is going on. So but the problem is this is a licensed software. You cannot get that as a free one. Then you have some other software called Hummingbird. So even this is also licensed software. Then you have something like X Windows. Then you have X Manager. Then VNC Viewer, etc. So there are so many software, but except VNC Viewer, everything is licensed. Only the VNC Viewer is a free tool. So because this is a free tool and open tool, some companies will prefer to go and use it because they don't require to purchase license, and that will save the money. But in some environments, some clients what they feel is generally with free versions it may I mean some spyware or some malware can also be come up. So that's the reason some clients will not prefer to go for free softwares. They will prefer to go for the licensed one itself. So because they will be in an impression that free tools or free softwares usually will bring the virus also into the system. So that is the reason why they will not prefer that one. But most of the companies will prefer VNCVR because it is a free tool and it is easy to handle also. So what we need to do is, in order to invoke VNCVR, what is the other thing what we need to do is, we need to invoke something called VNC server. So on the putty session, we need to run a command /usr/bin/VNC server. So we need to run this command. So this will invoke VNC server on the server side, and from client or from the Windows desktop side we need to connect using the VNC viewer software. And the very first time when you are executing this VNC server, it will ask you for a password, new password setup. So here on this command was already ran earlier. That's the reason it is not asking for any password. But the very first time it will ask you for the password. So you need to enter any password of your wish. So 2 times you need to enter the password. Like first time is for giving the new password, and second time is reconfirming the new password. So once you provide that information, you will be getting a similar output where you can see your server name :1. So you are going to see that. Now what you need to do is minimize this and double click on this VNC viewer icon. Then here you will be seeing something blank. What you need to do is, you need to type the IP address of the server, that is 174 in my case, :, whatever the number you got here. Suppose here I got 1. First time when you run it, you will be having 1. Second, third time, fourth time, and all this count will change, or that number will change. So whatever the number you got on the screen in the putty session, you need to give that number and say OK. And the moment you click on OK, it will ask you for the password. And as I said, first time when you run this, it will ask you for the password. So whatever the password you will be providing there, you need to enter the same password over here also. And the moment you do that, it will open a session like this. And from here you can invoke the graphical interface. So once I am there here, I am just traveling to the location where I have extracted the software. So I am going to CD04 U04. Then I have a directory by the name database. So I am going to that. And under database, you will be having a file called run installer. So just like in Windows setup.exe file is there, in Linux this run installer file is going to do the actual installation. So you need to just say /run installer. So the meaning of / is you want to execute that. So that the setup file will be a executable file. So to execute anything, you would be in Linux, you would be running /. So you need to just say /run installer and hit the enter button, and that will start your installation process. So you can see it will show you in boxes, and if you want to see the full output, you need to do a mouse left click. And you have the screen here where you have the basic installation and advanced installation. So I am selecting advanced installation and clicking on next. Once again you got the boxes. Again do the mouse left click. And here you need to here it will show you something called Aura inventory location. So I will come back to Oracle inventory location. We have a question from Raghu. No, I have installed VNC Viewer for Windows only, not for Linux. On Linux side, we need to just invoke VNC Viewer. VNC Viewer is a service. Okay, so this service will be installed by default when you install Linux operating system. You don't require to do any separate installation. Okay, so coming back to inventory. So basically inventory or Oracle inventory is a location where you can find all the Oracle products that are installed in this particular machine. Suppose on a machine you have installed 10G, 11G and for example 12C also, and some other DBA want to know what is the location in which 10G is installed and what is the location in which 12C was installed and all, then the DBA should be able to or the DBA should be able to know that information. Suppose you did the installation, let's say you did installation of 10G, 11G and 12C on a server, and you went on leave, let's say, or you are sick, and now there was a task, some task was there, and your colleague is accessing that server, but your colleague doesn't have any information regarding the server. So your colleague don't know where you have installed 10G, where you have installed 11G or where you have installed 12C. So in such cases there should be a pointer where he can find all this information. Suppose assuming that he can't able to reach you on mobile, so due to some reason he can't able to reach you on mobile, in such situations that person need to know what are all the locations of 10G, 11G and 12C installations. So that something is nothing but Oracle inventory. As I said, Oracle inventory is a common location where you are going to store, or where Oracle is going to store all the product information. So here in the second screen it is going to show you where the Oracle inventory is being located. So you can just leave that as it is. But here the group name you need to change that from DBA to oinstall. So for Oracle inventory always the group name should be oinstall, not the DBA. So just change this from DBA to oinstall and click on next button. And here you would be selecting which edition you want. Obviously we are going with Enterprise edition and clicking on next. So here it will ask you in which location you want to install 10G and all. So you need to choose your location. It's your wish, whatever be the location you want. For example, in my case I am going with a location like U01 or a 10G. So you may give a different location and all depends on yours. So purely you can install in U01 or you can go to U02 or U03 or U04, anything. And clicking on next. So then it is going to check for the operating system related things. It may give you some warning regarding network configuration parameters. Not a problem. Here just put a tick mark in the checkbox and just proceed next. So three options are there. It is going to ask you whether you want to create a database or you want to configure something called ASM or you want to install software. Just click on the third option to install only software. And this is the final screen where it is going to list down what are all the products will be installed or what are all the components that will be installed, and just click on install, then it will start your installation process. So are there any questions? Okay, so things didn't end here. Once the installation got complete, it will ask you to execute two scripts. So let us look into those scripts. Okay, so this is the screen which I am talking about. It is going to ask you to execute two scripts as root user. So these scripts you should run as root user. So just copy the scripts and go to root user. So I am switching to root user and I need to just paste it. So whatever I have copied there, I need to just paste it. So the first script which is residing under aura inventory, the script name is aura inst root.sh. So you can see what this script is doing. Basically, this script is changing the permissions of Oracle inventory to 770 and also it is changing the group name to oinstall. So this will be the purpose of the script. So in interviews they might ask you what is the purpose of executing this script. The answer is these two lines. And the next script you have is something called root.sh. Again you need to just copy and paste here. And what this script is going to do is, it is going to create a file called aura tab file. So you can see it here. When you execute this root.sh script, it is going to create something called aura tab file. So even in interviews, if somebody asks you what this root.sh script will do, you can say that this is going to create a aura tab file. Now what this aura tab file is, what information it will store and all, we will see at a later point of time. So once you execute both the scripts, again go back here, click on this OK button and that's it, your 10G installation is successful. So this is how we are going to do the 10G installation. So do we have any queries? Okay. So we are going to stop the things today at this moment, and I'm going out of station, so I would not be able to take class tomorrow. So that's the reason, again the next class we will be having on Monday at same time, and on Monday we will be looking into how to do the 11G installation on Linux. And 11G installation I am going to show you with the help of some other software. We are not going to use VNC Viewer again. So instead of VNC Viewer, we will be looking into another software called X Manager. So that is just to give you an idea on how a free tool will work and how a licensed tool will work, just to show you the difference. So that is the plan for Monday. And also after 11G installation, we will be looking into how to create the database, all those things. How to create the database both using a tool as well as doing it through manual procedure. So we will be looking into those details. So anybody is having any queries before we wind up? So regarding the softwares and all, I have already shared them yesterday. I hope you people might have received to your email IDs one software sharing link in which you have 10G software for Linux, then I think 10G software for Windows also. Let me check that. Yeah, so I have uploaded 10G for Windows. This is the one, and for 10G Linux, and OEL is also there, and VMware is there. So as of now, whatever you required, it is there, and WinSCP and VNC Viewer, you can download it from the websites vnc.com and WinSCP. You can just browse it in Google. So that is all we have for today. So if nobody is having any question, we can close the call, and we will meet again on Sunday. Sorry, Monday. So any questions from anyone? Yeah, even Sanjay, I need to look after my family also. So I have only the time which I can spend is on Sunday. So I'm really sorry for that, but I can't take the class on Sunday. Actually, like the original agreement is I should not take class on weekends. I mean, even on Saturday also. But because your batch got delayed by some time, I do understand that, and that's the reason I have taken last Saturday. This Saturday, because I would be traveling, I can't take that. So from next Saturday again I will be taking the classes, but strictly Sunday I can't take classes. Hope you understand that. For weekends, I mean, the basic problem here is if another faculty comes into picture, then whatever I am teaching and whatever he would be teaching will not be in sync. If you still feel that that is fine, chalta hai, then I can arrange for that. That's not a big deal. Actually, I have not spoken with Vishnu because Vishnu is also against to this, because two faculties, people says too many cooks will spoil the dish. So in the same manner, my style of teaching would be different and other person's style would be different. So I don't think that will really work out, but I'm not sure. Again, it depends on your wish. So anyways, I'm taking the things on Saturdays. So we will be completing and we are going in right pace. So means even though we have not started for 3 days initially, when we are about to start DBA, but we covered up whatever is sufficient. So I think we are on the right path. So nothing to worry, because from next Saturday onwards we'll be going with it. So don't worry about the time of completion and all. It will be done within time. So any more concerns or queries? Yeah, we can make 2 hours, but the biggest thing is I'm just driving straight away from office and I'm directly sitting. Even you don't believe I am not even changing my office dress also. Whatever the formals I am wearing for my office, I am just sitting with those formals only to the class. Yeah, so every day I am just making it on time to the class. So already from morning at 5 o'clock I wake up, then I will go to classroom training at 7 o'clock. I will come back at 9 o'clock again. I go to office, attend so many meetings and all. So frankly, I am tired. So that's the reason I can't spend much time on the online classes. So that's the reason the duration is already fixed well before the batch announcement, that it will be a 1.5 hour batch. That's it. Okay, so these are all just because from trainer side also I know it will be a concern from your side definitely, uh, but it's just because I'm a real-time working person. If I'm just a trainer, I'm not working. I'm just giving training. Even I can spend 3 hours also. But because I'm just doing parallel operations, so it's sometimes it gets overlapped with those things. So just understand those points. So any more queries? Okay. So then let us meet again on Monday, and we will be looking into those 11G installation and all. So you have 2 times, you have 2 days, so it's very well that you can go and do practice of 10G and 11G installation on Windows and 10G installation on your VMware Linux machines. So keep your VMware Linux machines ready and follow the process, so you can complete the activities. It's not like that funny that we won't be doing 10G installation. Even still today, there are some projects which are running on Oracle 8i version and Oracle 7 version. So don't assume that we won't be doing 10G installation. So you need to practice. Maybe 9i you don't require it. So but still 10G and 11G, there is no excuse. And Devinder, I will chat you in WhatsApp. So regarding your question, I will chat you in WhatsApp. Yes, Oracle discontinued its support for 10G, but only for normal customers. Oracle is having segregation of customers, like depends on the number of licenses you purchase. Oracle will consider its customers like platinum customers, gold customers, silver customers, bronze customers. So if 10G software or 10G database is there for bronze or silver customer, then Oracle really doesn't care about it. But for gold and platinum customers, even still today, they are supporting 8i databases also. So I will just give you an example. Previous to my current project, I worked with a client called Wells Fargo, so which is the largest bank in US, and Wells Fargo is having nearly about 1500 databases, and they purchased about 800 licenses from Oracle Corporation. So even if you take one license cost on an average as 5 lakhs, then 800 into 5, which is nearly equals to, how much? I am not sure. 400 crores or something. So that much revenue is being generated by one client, and for that client, now Oracle can't go and say, I will not give you 10G support. So Wells Fargo is a platinum customer for Oracle Corporation. So to not lose that customer, what Oracle people will do is they will still support 10G, 9i, 8i also. So, and tomorrow when you land up in real time, you may work for a bigger client or a platinum customer, or you may work for a bronze client. So you don't know it and I don't know it. So that's the reason we need to be prepared for everything. So hope that clears your point, Raghu. No problem. You are always welcome for that. So we will be discussing, at the end of the DBA course, we will be discussing about this licensing mechanism and all also. So don't worry about that. So let us meet on Monday again, friends. So have a nice weekend, but please don't ignore practicing the things. So see you all again. Bye and good night.